Hello everyone, this is Danny Code, and this is going to be a new series on the game Avorion. And this game is kind of like a space exploration game, where you mine things and you shoot things, and yeah, a whole bunch of fun. So I'll explain more, but let's go ahead and jump right in. I have been playing this game. I bought it a few days ago, and I have a few hours in it, so I don't know a lot, but I know like the beginning and how to get things started and whatnot. So we'll just kind of go through that. I'm going to do a single player, and I'll create a new galaxy, and we're going to name it, let's see, let's go by my naming convention here, get a random number, 47823. Sounds good to me. And we'll make the seed that as well. So if you guys want to play along, you can have the same exact galaxy that I'm doing here, 47823. And difficulty will keep on normal. I'd like to do beginner, but it's okay. And I'm going to turn off the collision damage for now, because I'm still pretty new at this game and I'm still running into things. So maybe that will change, maybe it won't, I don't know. Creative mode, not too sure what that is. So we're just going to keep that off. And okay, let's get in. So the basic concept of this, or basic storyline of this game, is that we're out on the outer rim of the galaxy, and we need to make our way into the middle of the galaxy, into the center of it. As far as the storyline is concerned, what I read on the Steam page was that there was some sort of cataclysm, and it screwed up the universe, screwed up the galaxy anyways, not the whole universe. And after that happened, there was a new race that mysteriously showed up in the center of the galaxy, and they're called the Xsotan race. So yeah, so that's the basic concept. So we got to reach the center of the galaxy and figure out what's going on there. And if we look at the map, let's just do that real quick. If we look at the map, you can see like this is where we are, and this blue line, or blue kind of quote-unquote circle here, is the capabilities of our jump drive at the moment, so we can jump to each of these sectors. The things with the green blinky things are interest spots, like those are, we're getting communications from there of some sort or something like that. I'm not really sure how that works, but those are spots of interest. So the green blinky dots are spots of interest, and each of these little squares is a sector. So if we zoom out here, you can see we got a long way to go. Right, so we got to make our way from here all the way down into the center of the galaxy here. I guess we could probably explore the whole galaxy, right? But that would take a long time. I'd be doing this playthrough for years. This playthrough is probably going to be long anyways, because it looks like it's going to be an adventure just going towards the center of the galaxy as is. And from what I read, going further into the center of the galaxy, the harder things get. However, the better resources you can get. But I think that's pretty standard. Anyway, so this is our little ship. This is what we start off with. And it looks like we're docked somewhere here. Where are we? I don't know. Where are we? This is the resource depot. That's cool. So just to get the basics of how to move around here, of navigation. So if we, like, I'm spinning my mouse right now, so anywhere I point my mouse is where the ship will automatically point. And as you can see, it has directional thrusters on its two wings here, and it has a main thruster on the back. To go forward, you press W, so you got the WASDs. To go forward, you press the W. Back, press S. And to strafe right is D, and to strafe left is A. So that's basically it. So pretty simple. To fire, you just your left mouse button. Your little pod here. So if you die during a game and you're ships that you're going to build, you come back to this little pod. And this little pod, it's pretty cool. It has a couple mining lasers, has engines, and what you need to get started, basically. All right, so to begin with, we're going to mine a bunch of iron, and to find where the iron is, you see we have these asteroids. Like, these are the basic asteroids here, where it's all gray and it kind of looks, dingy, whatever, kind of like a normal asteroid. And then you have these asteroids, where they're kind of lit up with little spots of different colors. And this one here is an iron asteroid. So if we get close enough, you can see our two little blue circles there. That represents our two mining lasers. And once they turn green, we'll be close enough to the asteroid to mine it. Now, pressing forward with W will get you up. If you can see here on the top, we're getting 75 meters per second, I think that is, m/s, meters per second. But we have turbo boosters that if we're going forward and we press the space bar, there we go, we can go a lot faster. Okay, so also, just a little bit of a tutorial here to get your way around the game. If you press the left shift, then you have your mouse cursor is free, so you can just point at anything on the screen, as I'm doing now. And then if you press the left control, you can swing around your ship like this without it pointing in that direction that you're going. So if you don't have that left control pressed, if you go in a different direction, your ship will follow you. But if you have it pressed, you just kind of roll around your ship like this in like a free look mode or something like that. All right, so let us find some asteroids here to mine. And again, if we get close enough, those blue circles that are blinking in the middle there, which are targeting sensors, will turn green once we're close enough. Trying not to go too fast, because you gotta slow down in this game. So as fast as you're going, you gotta have the thrusters to slow down before you hit things. That's the way that goes. So to mine, you just kind of come up to it and you just start firing at it. And when it breaks the blocks, you can see these things coming at us. That's the actual resources getting collected. So if you're close enough to the resource, it'll automatically collect it. So it's not like a different process. You don't have to, scoop it up or anything. So I want to get at least enough to buy a ship from the shipyard. You don't have to do that at the start, but I want to buy a ship from the shipyard for a very specific reason. I want to get in the early game, that's the only way to get a captain. So you can, when you create a ship on the ship, when you have them build a ship at the shipyard, you can actually have them build it with a captain, which is strange to say, but yeah. So, and in your starting sector here, most of the asteroids are going to be iron, but and I'm surprised because I found it right off the bat here, but you'll have one, maybe two titanium. So with our resources, like iron is the most abundant. I gotta get a little closer. Iron is the most abundant, and it's kind of those orangey colored asteroids, and then titanium is going to be these white colored asteroids here with the white specks. And I think there's only going to be one in this sector, but there'll be more in other sectors. I'm surprised. I have to. I played this I bought it a couple days ago, and I played it pretty much nonstop, for about 5 hours a day or something. And in like the playthroughs or the plays that I did, I didn't find like one or two of them. I didn't find another thing at all. I didn't find the titanium asteroid at all. However, the mining ships that we're going to make did find it eventually. And that's why, again, so that's why I want to build a ship at the shipyard. I want to have them build it with a captain. So if you have a captain on your ship, what you can do is you can actually exit the ship and then target the ship and then give it orders to do things like mining or patrols, or they can follow you. You can do all sorts of things. So, all right. So we need more. We need more iron, and there's not a lot in this sector. I mean, not a lot in this section of the sector, anyways. I see a few up here, so let's go up that way. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little time lapse, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I guess that's enough. What I wanted to get is at least 5,000 iron, and we got, I think, a little bit more than that, or a little bit less, but right around that. So when we dock, or when we go to a station, we can interact with stations from far away. So, ooh, is that another titanium? Oh my goodness, 2 in one sector, or 2 in this sector beginning. The beginning sector here. I can talk. Can I talk? I'm so excited. Ooh, titanium. But we'll need a lot of titanium. Well, we'll need a lot of resources, but titanium is quote unquote rare in this sector. So to find 2 of them. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dock at a station. And sometimes you don't need to dock at a station, as I was explaining. You can like interact with them at a distance, but that's limited interaction. Like you can, say for example, if you have the shipyard selected, you can go ahead and give them build orders for a ship. So you're just basically giving them orders, so you don't have to be there to do it. If you don't have to be docked to do that. However, if you're doing things like selling resources, like we're just going to do here at our resource depot, after we dock, we need to actually be docked in the depot. And to do that, so this is a resource depot, and I have it selected. And once you get close enough, you'll have these little dock points. So if you get close enough to it, I think it's like under 1 kilometer. So if we get close to it and it goes, there we go. No, wait, where is it? It's on the other side? No, that's it. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so can we dock? Yeah, I guess we're docked. That's weird. So there was, like I said, there was a new update. I don't know if I mentioned it, but usually it just says press K to dock, but whatever. Okay, so you have to be docked to trade resources, and that's what we're going to do here. And as you can see, we have a little over 5,000, which is great because we want about 25 to 30,000 in credits, so that'll get us there. But I wanted to mention that iron is the most abundant resource, and it is also the least valuable. And the more you get on this list, you have more valuable. So titanium is more valuable, and then neonite, I guess, whatever. And then you go down the line. So Avorion is the most valuable one, and we won't reach Avorion, as I say. I think in the description, we won't reach that until we get to the center of the universe. Again, I say universe, center of the galaxy. Gotta get that right. Yeah. So the further along in the galaxy we get, we'll get more valuable resources, and we'll build better ships as a result as well. Okay, so I want to do 4,000. I'm gonna sell 4,000. Yeah, so I thought it was docked. Well, that's weird. So am I not in the right spot? Let's get another dock. Maybe that'll work. Because that's super weird. Because it should have been close enough, I thought. Yeah, here's a docking point. Okay, there it is. So it says press F to dock. So that was weird. So maybe that docking point wasn't working? I don't know. Okay, so now we can trade the resources of 4,000. There we go. And now we have just enough. We should have just enough. Also, when you sell things or buy things, your whatever location you're in, your reputation will get better with the faction that you're dealing with. Okay, in that sector or whatever, in that area. Now, we need to look for the shipyard, which is the anchor. So we're going to select the shipyard. By the way, if you'll notice, like, this is one of the good things about this game. So if you notice that we have the shipyard selected, right? But when you have something selected, it'll give you little hints of what you can do, like press F to interact. So like this here, so press F to interact. Also, when you're hovering over something, say, let's find here we go. So we find that. So it'll tell you how to select it. So it has a little picture of the mouse, of the top of the mouse with the 3 buttons. And to select it, you press the left or press the middle mouse button. So it gives you hints like that all over the place in this game, which is great, you know. So anyways, okay, so we selected the shipyard, and as I said, we can interact with it at a distance and give it orders to build a ship. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so I just want to build a single block, but I just wanted to kind of show you that you can build, have them build pre-made ships, which is kind of makes it easier. I like to build from scratch, so I'm just going to build a block, and then I'm going to have them, as I said, we want a captain, so we're going to build a block. It's not going to be a station founder. We do want insurance, and we're going to add crew. We're going to add a crew and captain, which makes the price go up exponentially, especially when you buy the captain. So I'm not going to worry about style because it's just a block. Now we're going to be worried about seed because it's just a block. It's really not going to change anything. And this is what the ship is made out of. So you can start with titanium, neonite, trinium, and so on. But we only have iron. So that's what we're going to start with. All right. We're going to name this guy Miner 49. We can also show his stats, by the way. This bunch of red stuff, it's just telling us that we don't have any propulsion, basically, because it's just a block without any engines. But that's okay. That's the way we want them to build. And then we'll put engines on it when we go into the build screen. Okay, so we're going to have them build that. And as you can see, underneath here, we got a little gray line. And that gray line is the progress of them building that ship. It shouldn't take them long because it's only a block. But I do want to make my way there. So, I'm going to do a jump cut. Okay, so we're back. Now we're pretty close to the dock, or I mean, pretty close to the shipyard. And our ship is not done yet, as you can see by the bar down here. So I noticed we while I was going by, we went by a little jump gate here. So I want to kind of explain that. But before I do, I know I was grinding a little bit. There's not a lot of grinding so far in this game. I know I was grinding a little bit to get resources from the asteroids, or meteors. No, asteroids? Asteroids. But we can actually set miners, as you will see in a minute, to do it for us. So there's a little bit of grinding here and there so far that I've noticed, but not a lot. Anyway, so this jump gate, if we look at the galaxy map here, and you see these lines here. These lines are the jump gates. And so we have one going to the south, and we have one going to the northeast here. And if we select this, you can see this one is the one that goes to the south. You can actually see it in the name. It says south gate to wherever that is, right? So this one will take us south. Every time you use a gate, it costs a little bit of credits. But you can actually also, if you didn't want to use the gates, you can actually jump. So we'll do that real quick. So if we jump, so say, again, this blue circle here is our distance that we can jump at the moment with our current jump drive. And these green dots are points of interest, so I think we'll just go down here. So there might be some interesting things down here. So what we want to do is you want to right-click, enter coordinates into navigation computer, and then the navigation computer then goes off and calculates. There we go. And once it's done, we can point our ship to the direction of the jump, and then actually press the spacebar and we jump. That's pretty cool. And that's it. So we can either use the jump gates or we can use our jump drives to get to places. And definitely a lot of interesting things here. We're not going to go explore. We're just going to jump right back. And if you also notice that the top here, the top blue line, this is our jump drive, going ahead and getting the energy it needs for the next jump. And I do not want to do the... I can't... that name, I cannot pronounce that. That is not... I think these are procedurally generated, like a random. The names of these things. Which is cool, but don't expect me to pronounce many of them. Anyways, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the hailing thing right now. We'll do that. We'll do things like that later. So yeah. So this is the blue line is the jump drive energy. So if it's not fully charged, it will not let you jump. So just something to consider. And if we go to our map, let's go back to our original here. If we right click, there we go. Enter coordinates. And then nav computer goes away and calculates the jump coordinates, or the jump. And then we point ourselves to the way we want to go and we jump. That's pretty cool. Anyways, this game right now is still in early access. And on Steam, I think it's been in early access for a little bit. But it's on Steam and you can get it for, I think, $19, $19.99 or something like that. However, you can get it at Humble Bundle for, I think, a little bit less than, like $1 or something like less than that. But Humble Bundle, like, you can get like bundles for like really pretty outstanding amounts of, discount. Where are we? Where is my space? Oh no, is it really far away? No, it's not. It's only 19. So yeah, so I'm gonna I'll put a link to it if you guys enjoy this game, if you want to buy it, I'd suggest buying it from Humble Bundle. It does, you know, if you guys use that link and buy it from there, you're supporting the channel as well. However, I mean, I invite you guys to, if you guys don't know about it already, if you don't, you know, if you guys aren't subscribed to their bundle, I mean, you don't have to just subscribe to their bundle, monthly bundle, to get games at a discount. You can just buy games at a discount. And I noticed that most of the time when I look at the Humble Bundle price as opposed to the Steam price, the Humble Bundle price, even if you buy like a single game or something like that, is cheaper. Sometimes a lot cheaper, sometimes a little cheaper. However, sometimes you can get it on Steam a little bit cheaper if they're doing a very special sale, but that is few and far between. Anyways. Okay, so where is our ship? There's a ship right there. So let's approach that and enter it, and we're going to design a ship. It's a little mining ship, and then we'll send it off the mine. Yeah, we can enter it. Okay, so T to enter it. So now we're in our ship, right? If you press T, like, we're out of it now, and you can see we're now in our drone. But if you press T, you can enter the ship. So entering it and exiting it like that. Now, we're just a block. No engines, no nothing. So neat, right? Let's fix that. And to go into the build menu, it's B for build. And once you're in here, you'll notice that we got these big old honking arrows. That's the direction of travel of your ship. We also have these warnings up here. This is basically telling us we don't have any propulsion and that we need propulsion. So we're going to make this a mining ship, and we're going to make it very unpretty. It'll be something. Okay, so to explain this, we have down here, we have like a quick bar of building materials, and in the first row here we have iron, but if we hit the plus here, we come and we can do all of our different bits. So it's kind of like Minecraft in a way. We have little blocks that we can play with and build things. Also, you have down here, we have 2 iron mining turrets and also 2 chain gun turrets, and we will be putting these mining turrets on our little mining ship. But for now, let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to put on a few just iron hull bits. And to do that, you can see we start off with just a little square, but we can change the shape of it with the WASD keys. I think W is just overall, making it bigger and smaller. D is to make it longer in that direction, so directional. A is to make it longer in that direction, if I can get the mouse going right. And S is to make it, we'll remember that, S to make it super tall for with S. Okay, so, right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it, and the bigger you make these things, the heavier the ship gets, obviously. So I'm just going to make it like, I'm going to do that. Oh, also, before I do that, I want to make it so we mirror left and right. So over here we have little controls that we can do to aid us in building our ship. So there you go. So it made it on both left and right. And we can mirror X, Y, and Z. I usually use just X because that seems to be a little bit better. Don't have to use the mirroring if you don't want to. Alright, so we have those 2 things, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I want the lasers to be sort of central, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on, let's see, I want to reshape these a little bit. No, reshape them. Hello. What are you doing? Oh, okay. There we go. So I got that, and then I want to make them out this way a little bit, maybe. Kinda. And I want to kind of stick it in the middle here, like that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, so we got that. So that's going to be the front of the ship, and we're going to put the lasers right on top of there. The mining lasers anyways. So we're going to collect those, and we have 2 of them, so we can mirror them. I want to put both of them on there. All right, so that's our basic ship, and let's put on some engines. These are the go forward engines, and engines are so these are just basic blocks. So now the size matters. So if you look, let's just put these on here, right? So now we have plus 123.8 thrust, but if we put on more, you obviously have more. But if you make those bigger, you can see, oops, hello, Ricky, there you go. So you can see making them bigger actually makes them stronger. But we're just gonna make them, let's just do that. I think that looks good, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's to go forward, but we need stopping power and maneuvering power, and we do that with the we can do that with the directional thrusters or the iron thrusters. So these are just on all sides, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put let's see what I want here. Shape these like yeah, so let's just there. So this will be great for directionals, right? And then that'll also help with because you see we have thrusters coming pointing forward. Those will help with stopping, but I want a little bit more stopping power than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right on the front here. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger, but I want them to be like that, but I want them to be shorter, just like that. Let's see, can I make them bigger? Oops, that way. Yeah, I think that'll work. Something like that. There we go. Okay, so that should be our thrust, and that should be our maneuvering and stopping. And we also need crew quarters. So we need crew. You see, we need 2 crews, 4 crew to run the miners, the mining lasers. And the bigger your ship is, the more crew you're going to need. So, like right now, we'll only need those guys. And we also have a captain on here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. We also have a captain on here, so he accounts for part of the crew. But I need crew quarters, and we'll make these. We'll just kind of put these, maybe put them on the sides, maybe. And we want to mirror, and we want to reshape these for certain. Yeah, we'll do some crew quarters just right. There. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm not going to worry about aesthetics too much, but I did want to give this thing a little bit of color. So we have some options here. So, I don't know, maybe like a blue. Get that out of the way. And we'll just make that blue. Make those blue. Yeah, I like it. Maybe the crew quarters white of sorts. Azure. Yeah. Let's make everything kind of blue and white. Is it not doing it now? Why is that not recoloring? What? Alright, let me take the mirror off, maybe. That's what's going on. Okay, well, those are going to have to stay that color for now. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so we got our ship. And let's go ahead and take her for a spin. Before we do anything, actually, we need to get more crew. So we can get crew from any station. So this station looks good. So the shipyard, and we'll dock at this dock here. Because without the crew, it won't perform as well. Like, it'll go slower, it'll be more sluggish. Right now, it looks like we're pretty good. Like, we changed direction pretty quick. Let's see our stopping power. Stopping could be a little bit better, so we'll work on that. But for now, we're good. So let's go ahead and dock here. Okay, so F to dock, and let's get our crew. How many crew do we need? Let me see. I think it's 4, right? We needed 4 crew? 4 crew. All right, so let's grab 4 crew. We're just gonna grab vanilla crew. Oops. Try that again. And hire crew. There we go. So we're just gonna get some just regular old crew members. They don't have to be specifically made for that job. 4. And hire those guys. There we go. Now, I think they've been auto-assigned. I'm not sure. So if we go into our ship menu, I'll explain that in a minute. If we go into our ship menu, now we have 4 crew on the miners, and we don't need any crew for anything else, but these are the other things that the crew is made, that we might need crew for. And you can see here we have 1 captain. Not mandatory, but allows ships to be commanded when you're not flying them, which is super cool. I'm super excited. I love that aspect of this game. Anyways, so yeah, let's go back to the first screen there. So we have our turrets. I'm going to assign them to key group 1. There we go. So we can turn them off and on selectively. So if we had like the mining turrets and we had other sort of turrets or other weapon systems, we can group them and turn them off and on when we want to with the number keys. I like our ship. I think that's kind of cool. You may hate it. I like it. We could definitely make it look better, but that's okay for now. All right, so let's go, and I want to find the closest mineable rock. Let's go over here. Oh no, those are, well, they're not too far away. And as you can see, we're going much quicker than we were with just our little mining pod. Although our turning radius is a little wonky. We're gonna have to work on that. Okay, so here's one right here. Yeah, here's a bunch of them. So what we're gonna do, and that'll be the end of this episode, but what we're gonna do is we're going to, is that another titanium? Wow, that mining update must have more now titanium in this system, in your starting system, which is very cool. Okay, so we're going to exit. There we go. We're going to exit. Okay, and just to give you scale, this is our little mining drone that we start off with, and that's our new ship. So, all right, so we're going to select that new ship, and we are going to give it orders by pressing F and orders. And like, you can give them all these orders, like you have them idle, passive, guard that position, so you can just put them in some position, and then they'll guard that little section. Patrol sector, escort me, attack enemies, mine, salvage, and refine ores. That's a new one, actually, I think. May need to use that. So anyways, so we're going to send this guy off to mine, and he will go do his thing. And there he goes. Alright, very cool. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And please let me know what you think of this game. Should I go on and do more episodes, more into the series? Are you guys liking this? I love this game, particularly. I've been looking for a space game to just kind of sink my teeth into, and I think this is one. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you think of the game in the comments. And also, if you want to see more, definitely subscribe and hit that bell icon. We'll be back with more very shortly. So, this is DannyCode. Bye for now.